There are three things that make this world go round: girls, gossip, and guitars. If you like one or all of those three things, stay tuned. This video is for you. Live from Knox Pater, Alabama, it's your love child.
Did somebody fart? Silly!
Hey everybody, Love Child here. Man, it's good to see y'all again. I'm sitting here in my guitar room with some of the most beautiful guitars ever known to man. Many American-made gems right here. Over there in the corner is my money maker, my 1970-something precision bass guitar that I played all over the country. You probably heard it played somewhere on your radio at some time or another. Me playing for somebody, you just never can tell where you've heard that beautiful gem right there. And of course you got your trusty old Gibsons, got your Fenders. Good guitars right here. We're going to talk about guitars a minute. First of all, yeah, if you ain't had your coffee or your stiff drink or your Bible study or your Quaalude or whatever yet, shut the video off a minute, because this video is going to be longer than the last one. And this is going to take a minute. You're going to enjoy it now. You're going to enjoy this video. And yes, I'm drinking coffee. I can't drink nothing but clear liquids during the day. My doctor says coffee takes the nutrients out of my body when I get out there in the hot sun working for a living. It's bad for me. And if I do that, you won't have a love child no more. And I know I don't want that to happen. Not yet. So anyhow, I'm going to enjoy my coffee a minute. Because like I said, I work hard for a living. Ain't nobody ever gave Love Child nothing, you hear me? I didn't get no Cadillac. I didn't get no mansions. I didn't get no I didn't get no free record contract. I didn't get nothing. I even had to buy my daddy's microphones on eBay. You dig what I'm saying? But let me get to the point. We're going to talk about guitars real quick a minute. This whole video is spawned on by the fact that one of your fellow viewers out there from up in God's country, up there where my daddy was born, he God bless America. The man said he saved money. He saved his money. Even in these hard times, he saved enough money to buy himself a guitar. He bought himself one of the finest guitars ever known to man. It's called a D28 Martin guitar. You hear me? A D28 Martin. Now, it don't get no better than that. Especially when you earned it yourself just like the Love Child. And you saved yourself just like the Love Child. I wish I quit hitting myself in the chest. That hurts. Anyhow, buddy, I appreciate it, especially up there in God's country. Man, I'll tell you what, you go up around that Mississippi-Alabama line, there's some show enough musicians up there. There's some show enough singers up there. There's some show enough pickers. There used to be a dusty trail all the way from the Mississippi-Alabama line to Nashville. It ain't as dusty as it used to be because they outlawed country music up there in Nashville. I'm not sure what they got now. But I don't need to get off on that. This video ain't about that. Another time, another place. Congratulations, buddy. And to congratulate this wonderful viewer with his D28 Martin, I said, buddy, I'll tell you what, I'm going to celebrate and get out my D35 Martin. Beautiful thing. It actually come out of Nashville. A guy named George Gruen sent it down to me. I appreciate that, Mr. Gruen, sending me that beautiful D35 Martin. I said, buddy, up there in God's country with the D28, I want to celebrate. And if you have a request, any song you want, you have a request, you give it to me and I'll celebrate and I'll sing it on the YouTube. Well, buddy, you didn't know what you did, but he requested a song that just opened up a chasm of memories for me, and I'm going to explain them to you as quickly as I can. But then I realized I got to explain the background of this song and my memory of this song, and give you some details and insight of my daddy and my growing up and things that have gone on in the music industry. So little did you know, my friend, by requesting this song that I'm going to do at the end of this video, that I was going to be able to open up and clear my conscience and get some things off my chest because you requested this song. And I remember the first time this song was I ever heard it, and I'm gonna tell you about that. If y'all don't mind, I've worked all day, I've worked hard, and I'm gonna let my hair down. Every time I let my hair down, I think about some of them beautiful women in my daddy's movies when I was growing up. Now, I had a crush on one, and she's still the most beautiful woman ever walked the face of the earth, in my opinion. I had a crush on her, but my daddy did too. And I had a chance with her. I don't care if I was only, well, if I was younger, a whole lot younger. But I think I still had a chance on her, but daddy had a crush on her. And it didn't do me no good. But one of the most beautiful women I remember ever in my lifetime was a beautiful woman named Margaret. Now, that was some kind of good-looking woman right there, and a sweetheart as she could be. But I remember watching them beautiful women on them TV stages. They'd let their hair down. You know, in them beach movies and things, they'd let their hair down. And I learned to let my hair down just as sexy. Well, I know every woman out there will think it's just as sexy as every guy would think them girls was sexy. But I'm going to show you how Love Child lets his hair down. And you women out there, like I said, if you got to take a break before I do this, I understand. But are you ready? I'm on the count of 3. I'm going to show you a sexy Love Child hair let down moment. You ready? 1, 2, 3. You ready? Oh, watch this. Whew, man, that did something for me right there. Whew. Oh, I felt it, brothers and sisters. I felt it. So somebody said, Love Child, you're crazy. Yeah, I am. And somebody said, Love Child, we noticed a video or so ago you was wearing a pink purple looking scrunchie in your hair. What are you trying to tell us, Love Child? Well, I'm gonna tell you why I got this pink purple scrunchie. It took me a long time to realize, after years and years of scorning a woman, I've scorned many a woman. I remember scorning that cashier at the Piggly Wiggly that time, and I wasn't allowed in there for a while. I remember scorning my first ex-wife, and I still ain't allowed back there. But you got to understand, when you scorn a woman, man, when you just flat out scorn a woman on your own recognizance, you're an idiot, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. Now, men, I'm going to give you the best advice anybody ever give you, short of your daddy telling you about the birds and the bees. You need to embrace your feminine side. That's what I'm doing right here, embracing my feminine side. Now, if you see a man that says, I ain't got no feminine side, don't talk to me that way, and they bow up, and you know what? They're showing their feminine side. Every man's got a feminine side. But let me tell you the secret, the mystery, the key to showing your feminine side. Man, I don't care if you wear a purple scrunchie in your hair, put lace on your underwear, paint your toenails pink, whatever you got to do. You embrace your feminine side because there's power in that. I have learned since I've embraced my feminine side, when I scorn a woman, I have a fighting chance. Again, the old Love Child, Mr. Macho, every time I scorn a woman, I got my tail dragged. You understand? But now, when I embrace my feminine side, I have a fighting chance. And if I don't win the argument, I at least could come out or draw instead of getting my tail whooped up and down and up and down. Men, embrace your feminine side. It'll be the best thing that ever happened to you. I'm telling you, man, embrace your feminine side. And I'm going to help you out today. I used to work with some TV preachers off and on, and some of your best TV preachers tell you put your hand on the TV and do all kinds of stuff. And I remember seeing one, he'd blow and throw his hands and stuff and say, catch it. Well, I'm going to use that premise right here. Men, I want you to catch it. That's right. I'm going to throw you your feminine side, and I want you to catch it, man. I want you to catch it. And unlike a TV preacher, this ain't going to cost you a dime. Today is going to be a new day in your life. Men, I want you to embrace your feminine side today. It will be a life-changing experience, and it won't cost you a dime. Are you ready? I want you to get ready, because I'm going to give you the power to come against a woman scorn, because you know you're going to scorn a woman. It doesn't matter if you're married to her. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the woman is. You got to have a fighting chance, guys. Like I said, paint your toenails. Put some lace on your underwear. You know, get a tattoo of a butterfly on your booty hole. It don't matter. Embrace your feminine side. Gentlemen, are you ready to accept this challenge and this life-changing experience? If you are, raise your hands and look at the Love Child. Are you ready? On the count of 3, I'm gonna throw this scrunchie just like the garter at the wedding. This is going to be a life-changing experience for you. Are you ready? On the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Ha ha! Take it, take it. Oh, I feel it. Oh, there's men all over the country now. Their lives have been changed. The power of the Love Child has come to visit you. Oh, I see that boy over there in Arkansas. I think he caught it too. Man, I'm going to bring you a microphone someday. Just like my daddy used to have. I don't reckon you've ever had any microphones like my daddy, buddy, over there in Arkansas, honey. Have you? Well, anyhow, you take that power of your feminine side now, and you can move the earth around you, brother. It's going to be a change for you. Men, it's going to be a change for you like you never had. How long is this video gone? Oh, Lord. Okay. I think I can wrap this up. Let me get another hit of coffee, you know. Another hit. Don't bogart that coffee, my friend. So I want to get back to the song that my viewer requested that brought out a flood of memories to me. So let me play this out as best I can. And just pray for me, saints. It's going to bring back memories, but I can handle it. I know y'all there for me. So I'm sitting there in RCA Studios on my daddy's knee, and he's bouncing me up and down. They got done mixing this song that I'm fixing to do, and after they played it back, the engineer said, "What do you think, E? What do you think?" And, thank you very much. I like that. I like that. Well, you know, that brings me to another crossroad. A lot of people want to say, why did your daddy talk the way he talked? Well, you understand, when my daddy was younger, starting out, he didn't say thank you very much, and oh boy, and he talked more, well, like me, you know, just good, common English, right? And a little bit higher pitch. But as he started making them hits and getting some money and color televisions and rabbit ears on them, reaching out to Memphis and Little Rock and Birmingham, his world opened up and he got an addiction. A lot of people want to say bad things about Daddy, but the only addiction I know for sure he ever had, I'm fixing to tell you. You know, a lot of people want to pass a lot of garbage on about my daddy, just like that movie. And they all want to make a dime on my daddy's name. Well, I'm gonna give you a fact that nobody has ever brought out. I was there when it happened, and I guess I ought to know. I was there. I know what my daddy's addiction was. Ain't nobody ever told you this, and it ain't costing you a dime. I want you to know, because Love Child's getting older, and there's some things I need my peoples to know, and I need you to pass on. I need you to understand why my daddy was some of the way he was. My daddy had an addiction. He was addicted to Foghorn Leghorn. Foghorn Leghorn, that's right. But if my daddy didn't have a Bible in his hand, and sometimes when he had a Bible in his hand with a guitar sitting on top of it on his lap, he's still watching Foghorn Leghorn. That's why you hear my daddy say, "Oh, thank you very much." I'll say, boy, that sure was a good song there. It changed my daddy's life. And it wasn't the worst thing, but he was addicted to Foghorn Leghorn. But you know, his addiction went on to a cousin of mine. I got a cousin. This ain't his real name, but you know him by this name. His name was Conway. His last name was Twitty. Now, my cousin Conway, he didn't always sing the way he sang. But my daddy got him hooked on. Got him hooked. And Conway Twitty's first song that ever got any traction was a song called "Is a Bluebird Blue," and it just happened to have been written by a young fella that lived on the Mississippi-Alabama line. Watch out, Joe Bud's walking around. He's gonna knock the camera over, and if he does, we'll get over it. This song "Is a Bluebird Blue," Conway Twitty got his first traction with. That song was written up there on the Mississippi-Alabama line. I told you there's some good pickers up there, some good writers, some good singer on the Mississippi-Alabama line. Don't doubt the Love Child. I ain't never lied to you, and that's the truth, and I ain't about to start now. But my cousin Conway, he made a few dollars. He started hanging out with Daddy. Daddy took him under his wing, and Daddy, you know, us all being in the family together, well, they're hanging out, and Daddy got my cousin Conway hooked. He got him jonesing bad. He got him hooked on. You ready to tell him, Joe Bud? I got to get it off my chest. My cousin Conway was hooked on Elmer Fudd. That's right. Cousin Conway got hooked on Elmer Fudd. That's why when you hear "Is a Bluebird Blue," he'd be singing, "Is a bluebird blue? Does a cat have its tail?" But go listen to that song, "Is a Bluebird Blue." Just go ahead and put it on YouTube, and you'll probably most likely either hear my cousin Conway sing it, or you'll hear the guy who actually wrote the song. But anyhow, you go listen to that song, and then go listen to my cousin Conway sing "Only Make Believe," and hear him go, "My one and only prayer is that someday you care." Boom, the light just went off in your head, didn't it? That's right. That's right. If you took my daddy and you took Elmer Fudd, you got the way my cousin Conway sang "Only Make Believe." From then on, cousin Conway had that growl in his voice, and it made him millions and millions. One of the greatest singers ever known to man. That's right. I'm telling y'all a whole lot of stuff that a lot of people don't know, and it's free of charge. And if you've ever wondered about these things, Love Child got you straight. Joe Bud, last time he was barking like that, it was the IRS. And then the time before that was one of my ex-wives. And with the gas price being the price of gas being as high as it is, you're gonna have an ex-wife show up and hit you up for a couple of gallons. You know, I mean, it's just gonna be that way, guys. So you need to get you a good dog that barks, let you know company's coming. I think he's done barking, so it ain't the IRS. And if it was an ex-wife, I'd be diving somewhere. Now he's back. We're good. All right, let me go on with this story. Let me go on. I want to get to the song, but this song brought up so many memories. If y'all are still hanging on with me, I appreciate you. So anyhow, they playing back this song, and I'm sitting on Daddy's knee, and the conversation went something like this. The engineer said, "How you like it, E?" He says, "Oh, great, man. Thank you very much." Then Daddy says, "Well, son, how'd you like it?" "Daddy, I think that song sucked." Well, about that time, me just being a young, innocent child, Daddy looked at me and said, "Boy, you got to be at least 6 years old before you talk that way around here. Now, you need to straighten up and tell me what your problem is." I said, "Well, Daddy," I said, "that song sucks, and you're doing it the wrong way, and you need to. I got a better way to do it, and it would be a better song if you do it my way, Daddy." Well, that's when the dam broke. He said, "Well, boy, you got to understand. I'm doing that song the way your Uncle Colonel Tom want me to do it." He said, "Uncle Colonel Tom Parker knows what's best for us." Well, then just being a young, innocent child that I was and still am down deep inside, I said, "First of all, Daddy, that Colonel Tom is not my uncle. And I said, second of all, I'm tired of having to eat candy pulled out of his pocket because it's got lint all over it and it tastes like mothballs. And I think he's a... First off, Daddy, I'm not sitting on his knee anymore because I think he's one of the... Well, about that time, you could hear a pin drop in the studio. Poor Chet Atkins was sitting over there, clutching his chest. I know you ain't never heard of Chet Atkins. He used to play guitar. Okay, maybe I embellished that part. Joe Bud, get on out of here. Knock the camera. Well, there he hit his tail on the camera. Anyhow, that Colonel Tom Parker had been a burr in my saddle for a long time. But that conversation got so bad, and he started lecturing me about how I need to respect my Uncle Colonel Tom. I said he ain't my uncle. And then I went on, and I won't use my little love child voice, but I told him, I said, Daddy, I said, I think Uncle Colonel Tom Parker's got the hots for you because all you ever do is them stupid movies where you're running around in some skinny girly looking underwear looking swimsuits. I said, Daddy, you ever gonna make a movie where you dress up like a man? Oh, it got bad, and I think that's when I got rode out the wheel. I wasn't getting a Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, yeah, Colonel Tom, I'm just telling you how it is. Well, I'm going to tell you another secret about Colonel Tom Parker. Oh, by the way, it wasn't but a couple years later, my daddy did a movie where he's smoking a cigar, wearing a cowboy hat, dressed like a man. So, who's who? Yeah, that's right. Love Child got his way anyhow, but... So that song, Joe Bud, you kicked that camera again, and you are not... He's getting ground turkey tonight for dinner, but you're going to be eating generic dog bones. Now my people's out there, some of them are older than me, and they don't need to have their eyes messed with. Joe Bud, are you getting in the camera? Yeah, he's getting in the camera. That's all he wants. But let me go ahead, Joe Bud. Let me get him settled down. I'll be right back. I'll finish off with my issues with Colonel Tom. Be right back. Shh, everybody. This is a rare occurrence right here. Shh, this is a rare occurrence. My little girl Daisy. Oh, Joe Bud just bumped the camera. My little girl Daisy is showing her face. She's camera shy, and there's been lightning out there, and so I'm just having to do what I do. But anyhow, there's little Daisy. Shh. Don't let her know you're here. Oh, God, Joe Bud just stepped on my foot, man. Come on, there you go. Oh, there you go. She's shaking. Joe Bud, quit now. Quit. Quit, buddy. Okay, buddy. You jealous little dog. Hi, Daisy. Everybody wants to see Daisy. There's my girl. Joe Bud, you're gonna knock my coffee over, man. Anyhow, there's Daisy. Shh. Daisy. Say hey, Daisy. Get your little head up here. She's beautiful. She is. Alright. So anyhow, as I was saying, the story behind Colonel Tom, I'm gonna come out and tell you something again. You know, everything having to do with my daddy, everybody's trying to make a dollar on. Well, when I tell you something about my daddy, I ain't trying to make no money. Like that movie, Elvis the movie. You know, they got a guy that played in that movie. It don't even look like my daddy. He looks like John Travolta because that's John Travolta's son, number one. They had the wrong microphones. They had the wrong guitar. They were playing songs that weren't even written at that. They got scenes in that movie at such and such a year playing a song that hadn't even been wrote yet. Come on, man. You know, come on, man. You know who says that. The guy that help you get your gas tank empty. Come on, man. That movie was a joke. And I'm going to give you the Colonel Tom connection here in a minute. But that whole exchange on this song brought back bad memories, and that's what got me in Dutch with Colonel Tom. Speaking of Dutch, I think he was Dutch. He kind of snuck over here on the boat and But that's a whole nother story. So anyway, here, as I get older, I'm trying to make amends and peace in my life. And I'm going to tell you something ain't nobody ever told you. Now the light's going to go off in your heads. My Colonel Tom Parker, a.k.a. Uncle Colonel Tom, Uncle Tom, who's not my uncle, who I always suspected of suspicious things. Well, he's still alive. That's right. Colonel Tom Parker still got his hands in my daddy's pockets. That's why I ain't never got my microphones, ain't never got my Cadillac, ain't ever even got a record contract, ain't got nothing. I had to work all my life. That's why I can't drink coffee during the day, because I get dehydrated. It's been hot down here in Alabama. Colonel Tom Parker, wherever you're at, and I know you're watching, I'm trying to make amends with you. You got to understand, I was 4 or 5 years old when I said all that stuff about you. You got to understand, I've been hanging out with the Memphis Mafia, sitting on the beaches with all them beautiful women, and I ain't gonna mention some of the other names, but all them Nashville pickers, I learned to say some things maybe I shouldn't have said at the time. And I'm trying to make amends. But why did you have to go so far as to make that movie with a guy that looked like John Travolta? Now, folks, you know what's up. Yeah, you know why that movie is the way it is. Now you know why that movie was about what it was about. Because some people just can't let sleeping dogs sleep. And here's how you know what I'm telling you the truth is. For those of you who watched that movie, which I did not watch that movie, I am not going to watch that movie. Now I'm trying to get to heaven, and it don't do me no good to be cussing and throwing things and getting locked up again. But let me tell you why. You know that movie is bogus, and that I'm telling you the truth. I'm your love child. I ain't never lied to you, and that's the truth. Now you ready? Not one time in that movie did you see me as a child. Not one time in that movie did they show little love child in that movie. Not one time. There you go. Now the lights go off in your head. Colonel Tom, I'm calling you out. Do the right thing. At least send me a Cadillac or something. And Miss Ann Margaret, if you're out there, I still got a crush on you. I understand. My daddy bird dogged me with you. But Miss Ann Margaret, you're still the most beautiful woman ever walked the face of the earth, and you're my favorite. That's how I feel about that. So now you know the whole story. That movie, Elvis the movie, it should have been Colonel Tom the movie. He's still got his hands in Love Child's pockets. I still ain't got. I had to buy my microphone, my daddy's microphone off of eBay. That's just the way it is. You can at least send me one of my daddy's microphones. No. So that song, buddy, when you requested it, brought up a lot of memories. But I had to get these things out in the open. There's a whole lot more things, a whole lot more laundry can be aired out. But now's not the time. I'm a positive person, and I want to keep it a positive light. But now you understand why my cousin Conway sang the way he sung, and why my daddy talked the way he talked. And thank you very much. And I'll say, boy, and well, you know, there's just some things in life you can't understand till Love Child comes along and shares them with you. These have been some more of my pearls of wisdom. Now I'm going to grab that D35 Martin, and I'm going to sing that song the way my daddy should have sung it. Now, Colonel Tom, if you really want to bury the hatchet between you and a 4 or 5 year old boy sitting on his daddy knee, you have him call me from up there in that RCA studio, or I'll meet you halfway in Muscle Shoals, and we'll redo this song the way my daddy should have done it. If he'd have done it both ways, he had to hit on it twice. Don't you think it's time Love Child maybe made $1? Just $1? You hear me? Selling used carburetors all my life. Trying to get ahead of the game. Driving old beat up tow trucks. Trying to get ahead of the game. You think you could send just just pay for some studio time so I can redo this song like my daddy should have done it. I know y'all are going to enjoy it. And my buddy up there in God's country, up near the Mississippi-Alabama line, I want you to hear my D35 Martin and let the vibrations ring to your D28 Martin. And oh, I want to clear one other thing up. That Ashley Butler or whatever his name that played that part in my dad's movie, he ain't related to them Butler boys up beside the Mississippi-Alabama line, because them some of the best guitar pickers and players and singers that ever hit the Nashville stage and Mississippi-Alabama line stage. I tell you how you know he ain't related to them, because them Butler boys got talent. That Butler boy played my daddy ain't got none. I'm just calling it out like it is. You know, I'm sorry I have to be that way, but anyhow, next thing you're going to hear is my D35 paying tribute to my viewers D28, and I'm going to sing the song the way my daddy should have sung. And I know everybody out there in TV land is going to say, Love Child, you hit that nail square on the head. I'll be right back. So I'm going to do this song the way I wish my daddy would have done it. But it's all right, Daddy, wherever you are. A lot of y'all say, well, Love Child, you need to do some more live acoustic stuff. So this will kill another bird with another stone. Listen to that beautiful D35. Thank you, Mr. Gruen up there in Nashville, for sending me this box. And I want to send this out to all my viewers. And I'm going to do it the way I wanted Daddy to do it. And Uncle Colonel Tom, if you don't mind, send me an agent. Because I know we make some money on this. Now I know you'll take your 50%, but that's all right. I've never tried to do this song because it hurts so bad. Now I may have to sneak down and look at the words a time or two, but here we go. Well, a very old friend stopped by today. He was telling everyone in town about the sweet love he had found. And Marie's the name of his latest flame. He talked and talked, and I heard him say that she had the longest, blackest hair, prettiest green eyes anywhere. And Marie is the name of his latest flame. Though I smiled, the tears inside were burning. I wished him luck, and then he said goodbye. He was gone, but still his words were returning. All that was left for me to do was cry. Would you believe that yesterday She was in my arms and telling me she'd be mine eternally. And Marie's the name of his latest flame. Oh, Marie's the name of his latest flame. This one's for you, Daddy. Well, a very old friend stopped by today. He was telling everyone in town about the sweet love he had found, and Marie's the name of his latest flame. Oh, Marie's the name of his latest flame. You know, my old buddy Jesse once put it this way. An old Martin guitar. An old Martin guitar is like a sore pee-pee. It's hard to beat.